Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Credible Perspectives. We're still having the conversation around the electric mobility world. And for this episode, I'm joined by Mr. Raymond Kitunga,
Yep.
who is the Deputy Country Head of Spiro, Kenya. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for honoring our invite.
Asante.
Let's start from your journey, a little bit of how you got yourself into the electric mobility world.
Well, it started off from an industry to which I was in previous to EV. So I was in bioethanol, which is more or less saving the environment. And later on, I transitioned into the EV space.
Okay.
It was more or less like the stars aligning by themselves, me finding myself at Spiro back in early 2022. And I got this exciting journey when I met with very key individuals at Spiro, and they told me of what they will wish to do specifically for Kenya. And that drove me to what I believe in terms of a sustainable sort of an energy. But not only that, but this one was pushing the envelope slightly higher by revolutionizing a whole industry and giving an opportunity to young, middle, and the normal Kenyans to put more money into their pocket and to change history henceforth. And that's how I found myself at the EV industry.
All right. Tell us a bit about Spiro.
Well, Spiro is Africa's largest EV. And when we say Africa's largest EV, it's by one, presence, two, by vehicles on road,
Okay.
three is by the model to which we have deployed. And this is the swap model, where we have our presence spread from the west of Africa. We had our humble beginnings from the west of Africa in Togo and in Benin. And then when we saw the successes there, we quickly moved to the east through Rwanda and ultimately found ourselves here in motherland Kenya. And later on, the story continues being much more successful. So in terms of footprint, like I've told you, we currently are in 9 countries actively and planning to expound even more, both on the west and onto the east, with Uganda, Tanzania, DRC, and on the west in Cameroon, Nigeria, to tap onto these major economies in Africa and to expand that EV. Two is in terms of the vehicles on road. Spiro single-handedly is the largest EV in Africa with over 50,000 vehicles currently on road. And the swap network, where now we have, spreads across all these countries that I've mentioned to you, bringing to light that we are actually the largest EV. Not only in terms of presence, but in terms of vehicles on road. And when I say vehicles here, I mean the two-wheelers. Yeah.
And the swap model.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about that.
So in terms of the EV space, you can either choose to do home charging or you can do the swapping model.
Okay.
The swapping model is much more capital intensive.
Okay.
And reason being is because of the infrastructure that is needed for you to set up. Unlike the home charger, where it's one way, where you take your home charger and that's it. But we as Spiro never wanted to do it the easy way. We wanted to do it the hard way. Because, hey, look, we are creating a revolution. We are setting up a base where we want many, many centuries to come. People will really appreciate what we are doing right now.
Okay.
And we sat and we said the current existing infrastructure of petrol bikes or ICE world, if you may use that terminology, exists because of having petrol stations.
Yeah.
So in terms of changing the mindset, you will first of all need to do some societal marketing to teach people how to live with an EV. Okay. And the easiest way to save cost, the easiest way to improve adaptability, the easiest way to have penetration is to create an ecosystem of swap network in terms of them having to go and harness the energy. Two, was in terms of also offering opportunity of employment, because it's an industry that is quite exciting and many people want to come onto it and to tap onto different spaces.
Yeah.
And for us, the swapping model was one of the easiest low-hanging fruits that we could do for us to tap onto and ensure that we expand the manpower by offering employment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me and you know what the swapping model means.
Yes.
Some of our viewers may not know what swapping
Okay.
means. What exactly do you mean by
So
swapping?
swapping model pretty much functions like your normal petrol station or your normal gas station,
Okay.
where once you depleted, you're allow me to use energy or gas cylinder. You will take your gas cylinder, your empty cylinder, to a nearby station, and you will exchange it with a full one.
Okay.
So pretty much same science. For the ICE here, the ICE, internal combustion engine, is when your fuel tank is low, you drive in or you ride in onto a petrol station and someone fills your tank.
Yes.
Now, for the swapping, it's the same thing, that you go and swap the battery, the depleted battery, for a fully charged battery. And on the battery bit, the terminologies used are the state of charge.
Okay.
State of charge is simple. It's what you see on your phone. That charge,
Yeah.
that's your fuel in terms of percentages. But in terms of the other side, you'll see it in liters.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Spiro recently received an award from the Milken Motsepe Prize in AI and Manufacturing. Tell us a bit about that.
Well, as Spiro, one of the key pillars that we push and want to position ourselves is in terms of tech.
Okay.
And because we do appreciate and know that this industry of EV is perfectly anchored on tech, is we have a whole department in terms of R&D, and we use a lot of tech. And we want to benchmark ourselves with world-class standards. We did not just want to come to Africa and then become this company that doesn't stick to international standards. So what we did was to measure ourselves with the utmost apex of EV international standards. And we wanted to benchmark ourselves. And true to it, it's because of the tech involved, both in terms of battery, both in terms of our bikes, both in terms of our swap network and the app that we use, we were able to secure that award. It's quite competitive and quite rigorous, but we continuously invest on this. And it comes from a background where we even recently did a cyberthon, where I'm glad and I'm happy that Kenya emerged as winners in terms of cracking the code. Yeah. So as an organization, we firmly believe in investing on tech.
Okay.
And we will continue investing on tech because we do believe that the industry backbone of it is just tech driven.
True.
Yeah.
Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
In this season, we're discussing financing mostly. And Spiro, in the last year or so, has managed to receive about $63 million. While everyone else who I've had here has complained a lot about financing, I don't think that's a big challenge for you. You've hacked that in some way. How is where I'm heading? How did you manage to get this kind of funding? And maybe we can clarify, was that specifically for Kenya or across the 9 countries?
Okay. So it wasn't for Kenya.
Okay.
It was for all the 9 countries.
Okay.
So in terms of securing it, first of all, many other organizations are also doing the same in terms of fundraising. But like I told you at the beginning, the sheer size to which we are presently in positions us quite strategically in terms of attracting quite a massive sort of investment. Number 2, is the continuous expansion, not only in terms of the countries to which we are in, but in the countries to which we currently in and now going deep. Because, allow me to specifically pick Kenya, for instance. We currently are the only EV in the country present in 22 counties. That's a massive investment. And to spread this revolution all the way to where the parts of the country where people will not ordinarily think that an EV will be the alternative, it's quite amazing. So this in itself was a key unique point where this investment really attracted. Number three is in terms of our continuous manufacturing scaling up. Here we have set up a whole manufacturing facility, the same way we've set up in Nigeria. So these are key pointers to give confidence to the investor sort of community that indeed we are here to stay. Indeed we are here. We've learned the market. We continue understanding the challenges. We continue to grow and use both our internal learnings and our external learnings from the industry to ensure that we can secure even more investment, and whatever that we've been able to secure can actually make sense to the investors.
Okay. Are there any unique hurdles you had to jump while trying to fundraise? Because there's the usual, you've shown, proof of concept. There's you're across many countries and many counties in Kenya. But is there anything unique that you saw that would help others come up with fundraising strategies?
Oh, yes. Just like any other industry and just like any other company, we faced our own fair share of challenges. Proof of concept is one, but how sustainable is the project is another. How profitable is the project for the project is another one. Policies, both at the national and at the county level, is another one. You look at what I've just told you. These are different countries run differently, and you can only marvel how we are able to understand each and every nitty-gritty of information needed to best suit both the investor ambition and industry ambition, our own ambition as Spiro, and also to go far and beyond to prove that concept that is there. So these three key pointers really gave us like a ground zero where we needed to think on our feet, but at the same time run like a Formula One car. And it gave us a lot of inward looking, more or less, and to combine that with what the market was telling us. Because the industry keeps on throwing different things around you. Like, for instance, allow me to pick the government policies. Each countries have their own policies in terms of how they want to push the adaptability of EVs. And we had to quickly lobby and work our way up and to work with local communities. At this point, I wish to mention EMAC, where we are members, strong members of EMAC, and to work together with other EV players, not only for us being the largest EV in Kenya, but for us to make our own contribution and to lobby the government and ensure that we create space as the leader and ensure that this space continues growing higher and higher.
How did you manage to penetrate the counties?
Very good question. The counties themselves, the topography of Kenya is quite interesting. So we started our humble beginnings at the coast. For obvious reasons. One, it was for us to, again, change the stereotype where all the EVs were concentrated here at the capital. And we wanted to, again, prove a concept that you can actually do a revolution away from the capital. many political revolutions. If I go political, I have never been at the capital.
Yeah.
They start away from the capital. But now we wanted to simulate something else.
Yeah.
The county governments of Kenya are quite receptive and they are open for business.
Okay.
One. So what we did is we anchored ourselves on a very strong partnership and engagement program where we went on the ground and worked extremely close with all these counties. And there were about 3 pillars to which we identified. One is the direct business to business, where we can work with the counties. 2 is the business to the consumer, where now directly there are other guys who are actually there who will want to partner with Spiro and grow the counties. So we wanted to position ourselves as an EV that can offer that chance to Kenyans to grow the local counties. Why? Simple. Because we wanted to just continue the proof of concept, and this can be transferred to all the other counties. Because we do know that bikes transverse our countries at any given county. Then 3 was also the corporate social responsibility angle. Because we have combined that with our graduate trainee program. Like I told you, we have a fully fledged manufacturing facility, the only one that we do here in Kenya, to offer the employment and also for all the other TVETs around the country, for them to come and experience this. Because before, someone will needed to have gone outside for them to get full exposure about electric vehicles. Now you don't. You just need to come to Syokimau and then you will get full exposure to all this. So those 3 key pillars really helped us penetrate and get adapted much more faster in all these 22 counties. And we're just getting started. We have all these counties lined up. And when I say lined up, I mean end to end, from how you acquire the bike, how you do the swap network, and all that. But I wish at this point to also add, we've had very key partnerships with commercial banks and asset financiers. We have partnered with the largest commercial bank and have been the first EV player to get endorsed by KCB. And we now offer a product to the Kenyans which is unrivaled, because initially the price of EV was completely off the roof. But with understanding the market dynamics, the aesthetics, how you will want to package it, we have been able to push the adoption through our partnership with such kind of a commercial bank. But not only that, we have spread ourselves and opened our arms to many other asset financiers whom we've worked tirelessly to ensure that the key thing that this industry needed through affordability is achieved. And when you now go all the way up to the county level, the economics away from Nairobi are quite different. So that in itself made it more attractive for more and more counties to actually adapt and ask us to go and invest in their counties.
Did the counties, have any counties, let me not generalize all of them, invest financially specifically with Spiro?
Some have. Some have had a program where they literally, I won't mention a county, but there's a county which we have ventured into, where they actually pick a SACCO, because we also work with SACCO. A SACCO that they usually work with. It's more or less like their SACCO. And they have ensured that through that SACCO is how you can acquire the bike. Now, you see, that in itself creates a third sort of a tier of an ecosystem that the county itself has seen the opportunity not only to revolve the funds,
Yeah.
but to empower its own people using its own instrument. And what did Spiro do? We just went and just like our tagline, energy on the move, we were on the move with our energy to ensure that we support them fully,
Okay.
create the structure that is there, and to ensure that we become more successful and deploy. I'm happy. We just started with this particular county, and now we have done over 1,500 motorbikes
Wow.
in a very, very short time
Okay.
through this sort of kind of an
Job.
arrangement.
Good work there. One of the greatest challenges I've heard from people, being Kenyan and the hard, is getting the commercial banks and asset financiers to invest in this. Yeah, and at the roundtable yesterday, there were some banks present and pretty much were attacked, for not coming on board as quickly as they should. Again, with the disclaimer that it's a pretty new environment. Electric mobility is less than 10 years old in Kenya. How did you manage to get? We need to have this question. We genuinely need to have as honest a conversation as possible. How did you manage to get commercial banks and you said the asset financing businesses? How did you manage to get them on board?
One of the key things at Spiro is we are very resilient. And this is our DNA. It is soiled in our hearts.
Okay.
And the reason of our resilience comes from our dream bearer. Our own chairman believes in Africa.
Okay.
And he believes in an industry where it's an industry that is going to revolutionize not only transportation, but the whole economics in Africa. So building on that in itself, it puts fire in our belly. And we asked ourselves, what is this thing that many Africans have been asking for in this industry? And everybody was saying it's affordability.
Yeah.
It is being able to change history by just tweaking what is the pain point of having more money when I go home.
Yeah.
Now, commercial banks, for the longest time, will not want to touch this sort of a group simply because everybody out there, and allow me to borrow your words, had Kenyans, that these guys are unbankable. Okay? And they are a risk. The risk is too high. But the risk is too high because the product is very expensive. They cannot be able to repay it. So what we did was to continuously invest using tech, using the energy network, using partnership, using every bit of our resilience to ensure that we have a product that is more affordable when you put it on the table.
Okay.
Now, when the commercial banks started seeing this, they started seeing a totally different paradigm shift.
Yeah.
They said, aha, now someone can be able to pay it back. They are no longer this person who cannot be able to sustain it. And then we've pushed very ridiculous repayment schedules to an all-time low.
Okay.
I will not get into the nitty-gritties, but we've been able to cut and ensure that over 40% of someone's income is as a net profit to the person. So they can be able to sustain the facility. And that's why it's becoming more and more attractive for more and more commercial banks to partner with us. Because since from the onset, the product is more affordable. Someone can actually invest and someone can actually come and reinvest again so that the ecosystem is completed.
Okay. I want us to talk a bit about policy. Earlier on, you had mentioned that policies are different in different countries, but I want to hear from you and from the experience of the different countries, what policies can we borrow from them that would make the electric mobility thrive in Kenya?
So, first of all, I think Kenya we've done tremendous. I wouldn't want us to think that we are slow. We are not.
Okay.
It's just that most of us compare ourselves with other countries where they are.
Okay.
But if you look at within the last 5 years, I can commend everybody, including IMAC, including players, fellow other EVs, the government. I think
was waiting for that.
Yes, yes. The government of Kenya has really been supportive
Okay.
of the EV industry, and I am sure the government, in its own right way, will continue supporting the EV space. What has helped, and in terms of policies, is I think the more lobbying, the better. The more understanding, also, the better, because you see, because the industry is growing, of course, you will have the big players, you will have those who are interested in coming, and you will also want those who are either not sure.
Yeah.
But the government will work with everybody. But it is those people who really mean well for the industry who will ultimately survive. I also have a background of telecommunication for close to about 10 years. And when we started off mobile telephony, it looked the same way, like the way we are doing EV right now. But we've been left with very few players. And initially, there were so many people who were really interested onto it.
Okay. So, for financing specifically, have you seen any country, let me not say any other yet, have you seen any country in Africa where you work where the government has pumped in lots of financing in the EV sector?
Yes. So there are two things here. First of all, Kenya is very vibrant in terms of asset financing.
Okay.
Unlike any other country in Africa, very vibrant. In East Africa, by extension, we also have a lot of vibrancy in terms of asset financing, both from the commercial banks and other asset financiers.
Yeah.
So in East Africa, as a region, we are steps ahead. Other countries are also catching up. But now, on the flip side, there are other countries, the government has gone several steps forward in terms of putting in policies that will directly ensure that they protect the EV space. They might not have invested money per se, but they have ensured that they geofence and protect it.
Okay.
But in terms of sustainability and in terms of growing, you will appreciate Kenya being way ahead. Why? Because we are the country that gave the world M-Pesa.
Yeah.
Okay? And here is where you'll find most of the EVs doing their business. That tells you something, because in Kenya we have close to 2.5 million motorbikes. Okay? So I'm talking of two-wheelers.
Yeah.
So the space is already set.
Yes.
For as an addressable market, unlike other countries. And the competitiveness in Kenya sharpens any company that if you make it here, you can make it everywhere.
Yeah.
So any person going through Kenya or the government in terms of the policies and the regulations that they develop for EV are way ahead as compared to any other country.
Okay.
So that once you thrive here, after some time, you become much more stable for you to even copy-paste it in another country.
Okay. Right. I want to look at your model a bit, and you have partnered with Watu Credit to make financing easy for the end user. But have you managed to balance the debt, so what they owe to versus equity and partnership in your financing structure?
Number one, tech. I told you.
Tech is heavy.
Tech is extremely heavy.
Okay.
So what we did as Spiro is we invested very heavily into tech. And this tech, not only do we use it on only Watu Credit, but across all our partners. And specifically to ensure of managing the portfolio.
Yeah.
Because we do believe that once you manage the portfolio quite early, it is very easy for you to make an informed decision using data-driven input.
Yes.
So what we did with Watu is, first of all, to zone out the countries, the counties, sorry.
Yeah.
Once we zoned out where they are the strongest, that is where now we went and zoned it out again in terms of understanding their go-to-market strategy, which they are using dealerships.
Okay.
So those two easily made us have a roadmap
Okay.
of ensuring that we are staying true to their ambition and our ambition and growing much more faster using tech.
Okay.
So we have a product that is deeply hinged on tech and it keeps all those alarm bells at an all-time low and make us have an early informed decision. Yeah.
Okay. In your wildest dreams, what would be the best innovation or policy direction that would make your work as easy as possible?
So, in my wildest dreams,
Yeah.
I would wish if we will go where some countries have completely banned
Okay.
the use of internal combustion engine on two-wheelers. Or if I was given a graduation of the wildest dream, is given a period where we will have a complete transition onto EV.
Okay.
It will make more sense, much more faster. I think a lot of people will be more aware because they think it's a toy. They are not seeing the environmental input onto it. They are also not seeing the affordability input out of it. But those who have made the switch have a complete metanoia about it. They have a complete change of heart and now believe in the industry and say, this is what we should be. And because the 2.5 million pollutes the environment, and because of the 2.5 million are the guys who are going home with no money into their pocket, we will change the whole generation when we actually stand up. Just the same way we moved from analog broadcasting to digital broadcasting, we are now seeing the fruits of it. Just the same way we went into 5G, 4G tech, we are now actually appreciating out of it. But the forefathers who passed before us, we thought they were joking, you know. So in my wildest dream, I really wish we can have that.
Okay. Before I ask the final question, I just want to talk a bit about environment, like you've mentioned, and how do we dispose of batteries when they've done their cycle? Do we have that infrastructure in Kenya? We're looking at recycling and sustainability. A word you've used, a word that is a buzzword currently in the world, sustainability. But how do you get rid of them, or how do you recycle batteries when they're done?
Good question. Because we get that a lot as EVs, not only as Spiro, but I'm pretty sure the rest of the guys.
Okay.
But I will jealously speak about Spiro. Number one is because we use the swap model, we have a project that is very successful, and I'm very proud of it because it goes above us just being a revolution. We actually really show that we care for Mother Nature. We are running a project in two folds, both in solar and recycling our inventory, our batteries. So what we do is the earliest inventory of batteries, we are now removing them from mobility. You know, the battery has 3 life cycles. So we are removing them from the mobility bit, and now they are powering our swap stations. Okay? So we are present in several other countries where there is some fluctuation of power.
Okay.
However, the customer experience when they visit the swap station, they wouldn't want to understand if there was power or not.
Yeah.
So just so to mitigate that they have batteries for them to continue with their journeys,
Yeah.
we are using ours as a backup because they are on their secondary life cycle or the second life cycle. But to also go a step further, we're investing onto another project where we are going to do solar.
Okay.
And in the country right now, the places we've identified a region where there is good amount of us to go and run the project. We are at an advanced stage where now we will have a mega station of us using solar. That again taps onto the environment bit. But specifically in terms of now disposing, what we have done is we've already tied up with a world-class company for us to ensure once it gets to the third life cycle and at the end of its cycle,
Yeah.
it will be stripped off because these batteries, you can recycle everything,
Okay.
almost everything. So we've already tied that up to ensure that in case now we get all the way up to the third life cycle,
Yeah.
it is very easy for us to have a partner who we are going to do it safely and manage our waste, our e-waste properly, because we wouldn't want to create an ecosystem where, yes, we are saving money, yes, we are saving the environment, but we are not adhering to that. And to just solidify that, you know that we follow what each and every government agency and law of the land in terms of that disposal. And that's why we've gone ahead, and not only in Kenya, but in all the countries to which Spiro is currently present on.
Okay. Final question as we wrap up, and just to wrap up the financing conversation. If you were to advise a startup on how to platform themselves for financing, for funding, what would you tell them?
One is identify your market,
Okay.
because it's the segments are quite different. The needs of a B2B are completely different than the needs of a B2G. They're completely different than a B2S. They're completely different than a B2C. That's one. Two is for any startup, work much more closely with other bodies who are either regulatory or lobby groups and all these things for you to really understand how you can position yourself well to attracting the investment.
Okay.
Three is get a very good product. And when I mean a good product is, and I'll specifically speak about Africa, is because we've become more and more aware what we really want.
Okay.
So it's not like just build something and then just put it out there. People have now gone way ahead, and because of the exposure to internet, they know what a really good looking bike is. They really know what a really good performance battery is, the type of tech you are using, okay, how it looks like. So for a startup, please take time on R&D and ensure that you really go deep. Four is attract the best talent,
Okay.
because I think talent is out here, but it's how you tap onto it. So there are very good men and women who can really come onto a startup and really help in terms of giving an idea. And those ideas are the ones that are going to position you in a particular way that more and more investors will say, I would rather put my money here because I can see that it's going to come back.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We've gotten so many gems from this conversation. I trust that they will help anyone in the industry, anyone who's coming up. So we look forward to having more conversations around the electric mobility world and see what Spiro does in the future.
Asante sana.
Karibu. And thank you so much to our viewers for joining us in this episode. We'll see you in the next one.